Okay, my backup battery just died, so I had to go find the cord, plug it in. So anyways, the Venusians, aliens, have since extended way off into the happy hunting grounds, and they done lost track of them or something like that. But I guess they can telepathically go anywhere in the universe and see what it's like, and so they don't have to physically actually go there. They just go there in their minds, and they're satisfied with that. So, but yeah, they're saying that there's these evil aliens who come from the fifth dimension who come down here, and they try to influence us to bring us into their way or something. So maybe that's kind of like what the Bible says about how, you know, Lucifer doesn't believe in God or something, and so maybe they don't. And it's kind of like, but I'm like stumped. I'm like, how could a fifth dimensional being that can fly all over the galaxy and knows about all of his different planets and everything, not and have communication and stuff, not know that they're going down a dead end path? Because apparently, according to the Venusians, you can't be service to self past the sixth dimension. So that after halfway through the sixth dimension and seventh and eighth and everything, you have to be service to others. And so like how did they not know that? You would think that they would stop it, but they say, the Venusians say, Ra says that the service to self is in the minority, like maybe 1/5, I think, of the people go that way. I guess Genghis Khan reincarnated on a Orion planet, and he's acting as like a guy who helps the spaceships leave and come back to come to Earth and try and get people or something like that. Maybe they just who knows? That just stumps me. Like, why do they do that if they know they're eventually gonna not? Maybe they see that maybe they're just filling a void. There has to be service to self, so they go, okay, I will be service to self. We'll create hierarchies because there's always going to be souls who want to have somebody lead them and tell them what to do, and so we'll be those people, because if it's not us, who? So maybe that's the whole logic behind it. I don't know. But so anyways, yeah, that's what they say. You have to become polarized in order to get to the next dimension. So you have to develop an idea about something. You have to. So in order for us to get into the fourth dimension, we have to become service to other. We have to, and I guess I would translate that into the real world as meaning, for the world to be able to get to have a one world society, a one world government, new world order, utopia. We have to all have an opinion about something, and that's actually a philosophical idea. My number one message to the world is we have to all be expressing our philosophical and political ideas and opinions with everybody. So on YouTube by video, because it's the easiest and it takes the least amount of time, or at least on forums, or by your vote, by voting. And I mean, I see all sorts of different ways this is going to go. Like I think everybody, there's YouTube, and then you have MySpace and all this stuff for specific purposes. I think we should also have a new website out there, and if somebody else doesn't make it, I'll make it, where it has, you make a profile, and then you click your position on all of the positions. You just go, are you this or this? And you click, and not just that, but you have voting record. What's your voting record? On what date, what voting booth did you vote what? This. And like a lot of people like in third world countries are going to be like, whoa, we're not going to do that. Like in Chile. if somebody votes for a president, they don't even tell their own spouse. They don't even tell their own family member. My wife wouldn't even tell me who she voted for. They go, no, people don't do that here. Because I guess people are so afraid of each other, you know, because like back when Pinochet took over, they dropped 30,000 people out of planes and killed them. So, you know, because you don't know who the bad guy is. Could be your own family member going to rat you out. Kind of like hunting the commies down in the 50s, you know. Ooh, go to the secret underground commie meeting, you know. But it's not going to be like that in the future. Everybody's going to express themselves, not be afraid of, you know, getting blacklisted or anything like that. And dropped out of helicopters in the ocean, you know, like 30,000 people were done in Argentina too back in the 80s. So that's polarization. That's what I see as polarization. And so then the whole world polarizes that way. We all agree that we're all going to... And now when we all express ourselves, then that's service to others because we're all sharing ourselves. Because they're saying that the main expression of service to others is sharing yourself. That's what it is. That's all it is. It's sharing your ideas. Obviously, I'm sitting here spending my time sharing myself, my ideas with everybody. I'm not asking anything in return for it. Service to self would be doing something and to have a return, like I'm going to do this because it's making me money. So then maybe like a world that would polarize to service to self would, I guess, be, you know, when the world gets to the technological level that we're all now, there's like this probable future where, like that movie V, where they had the, with, what's her name? The girl from Star Wars, Natalie Portman, where you know, you're living in like this dictator world where nobody can say what they want, and nobody's free because they have like the one guy on top who tells everybody else what to do. And so maybe there is a probable future on Earth like that. And so maybe that's what the graduation to service self is going to be like. This planet, the Earth, is going to graduate into a technological level where it's service to others, where everybody shares each other. We go into a utopia. Nobody's afraid of each other like that. Everybody does something motivated to help somebody. That's our whole financial system is based off of people making money doing things that they love to do because they know it's going to help the world. And then people, the service to self people who live in the world now, but when they die, they're going to get reincarnated on some other planet somewhere that kind of picks up where they left off here, where they'll, you know, maybe a more primitive society, kind of like Roman days, where, yeah, or maybe even where there is technology, where the technology, they got to that technological level, and then they continued off into having like V. You know, you have V for Vendetta, is that what the movie was called? Where you have like the big boss guy, kind of like the whole world is like North Korea, or the whole world is like Iran, and maybe that works great for some people. That's just, they don't want to take the responsibility. There's plenty of people in the world now, and maybe they're the same people who are going to reincarnate on that planet who want to be ambivalent. They're like, no, I want to be ambivalent. I don't want to take the responsibility to have an opinion about something. No, I don't want to upload a video telling what I want to say. They're going to get me. I don't want to, it's too much energy. I just want to play video games all day long. I just want to go to work and go home and watch a movie and go to sleep. So those are the people who are going to be reincarnated on that planet, where they don't have to believe anything. They're going to be happy. And then you have the other people who just take over, because there's always going to be somebody who's the top dog. Has to be somebody who's going to control everybody. And so those are the people who go into the hierarchy, and then of course they need other people to join them because they need more leaders to grow their society. So they'll take whoever is game, and that's just how it is, and that's just how the universe works, and it's good that way. So maybe that's how it is. And so maybe that's why there's so much confusion in the world today, because the world is just, there's all these different people living in the world today, especially with the population explosion, that are going to just go their separate ways when the Earth gets to its next level. And I've heard people who've traveled in the future say that, the world's only going to have 600 million people in the future, because I guess all the souls who are living on the Earth now are just going to, not reincarnate here, because and that's going to translate into the third dimension or in this world as people just realizing that the earth can't sustain